What you guys doing? The girl is here. She just come off the road, many kids. Kids have been eating this morning. So good morning. This is Brazilian Queen. How are you guys doing? Crazy Queen here again. Good morning. So good. Good morning, Father. And then Jaden going to class this morning, but his teacher, I guess, have an appointment or something, so she is not going to be in his class this morning until 11. So in a few minutes he will be there. So people are going morning. Morning, your girl is here saying morning. You know, we turned the heat on last night, but there was no heat in here. I don't know why. No heat in here last night. Not an ounce of heat. So I don't know what was going on. Don't forget your class is 10:47. You hear me? You hear me, boy? 10:47. So good morning, Moonlia. Good morning. How are you? 10:47. My ice cream, yes, ma.
Is I going to class?
It's 10:47.
When tell her he went to go to class. Leave it.
We just come off the road. Oh, good morning. You say I am good. Yeah, I am good as well. Just get off the road and then take the ice cream, mess this whole phone screen up, so I'm cleaning it off. I'm doing good. Just here eating up this the kids get me eating this what they call it, strawberry shortcake thing here. So good. So yummy. Jay, Leah, how are you? Good morning. Greetings, greetings. And this is not sweet. Like, you know, something sweet. This is not like that. Good morning, morning. How's everybody this morning? So this is so refreshing. Fantastic. So you say I'm doing excelente. We just came off the road, but listen, outside is so cold. Outside is very cold. Very, very cold. But I managed to take the kids outside so they get like a work in and so. And then I have to check my mail in a while, so I have a bunch of mail I just picked up. I found this thing here, but I never. Oh, this is a cereal, puff millet. I never eat this before. I wanna try it. We call it puff millet. So I wanna try it and see how it tastes. I never eat it before. Or you can put cheese in the dingweed. I don't know what's a dingweed. Caesar salt, black pepper, butter soft or sunflower oil, okay? You can put all-purpose flour on one egg or egg substitute, okay? So I never tried this before. Anybody ever tried this before? So I see it and I say I'm gonna try it. Puff millet, puff thing. So I'm gonna have to try it. Never tried it before, so gonna be something new for the girls to try. And then I grab the kids a pizza. So they didn't have any vegetable pizza. Vegetable pizza sell out fast. So the kids said they want a pizza, so I just grab them this. This brand pizza tastes good. So they won't have to bake it in the oven for them. Well, good morning. I hope everybody is doing good, not can't complain much. Can't complain much. And then guess what? Somebody come to the house yesterday and gave me a whole bunch of what they call it? So they're my secret. But yeah, bought me a whole bunch of what they call it? Sheen clothes. I'm like, what? Sheen clothes and slippers. I said, okay. I'm like, okay. Somebody thinking of me. I don't know who's thinking of me. They sure brought me some stuff. Let me show you them right there. See them there? I tried empty the box out this morning. I was looking through them yesterday. A whole bunch of them. I'm like, okay. But they thinking of me. And guess what? They got my size down packed. And they, where's that white slippers, Jaden? My son tear this out the box. This white slippers here. So, okay, where he have a little heel. I'm like, okay. Okay, okay. Some nice one. And then Slanders down pack. I'm like, okay, who's this thinking of me? Down pack. I'm like, all right. Because yesterday I'm here, I'm like, who's that knocking on my door? This time I'm baking my chicken now, I'm like, who is this knocking at my door without no permission? You know? And lo and behold, they say, it's me. I'm like, okay. Let me take this thing off of here. And then the person tell me who they are. So they brought those bunch of stuff. And then they were leaving now, so they're gonna go to the store to go grab some soap. I said, I got some soap. Do you mind me give you some? So I gave him some of the soap. You carry all that bunch of stuff, gonna give me, you're gonna go to the store and you could have just, you know, this exchange is no rubber. So that's what they brought me yesterday, exchange bar. Yes, family. So I'm grateful. Some nice outfit. One of them there. Look like I could ready for the security force. Have a pants in there. Some nice outfit. But the only thing is because, some of them have like it's a pants and a top, but the top just like this crop, not like this crop top. So if I'm wearing it, I probably have to buy in Jamaica we say marina or we say tank top. So I'd have to get a nice white tank top and put it on. So because the stuff that come with the let me see if I could show you one of them to let you see what I'm talking about. Let me see. I don't even remember which one, but let me see. Let me can see one of them. I don't know which one. I don't know which one, but let me look and check. I just pick up one. So that was that. I said, you buy all of these things from me? I'm like, you sure about that? When people giving you stuff nowadays, you gotta be very careful. So that's the pants. Right there. And then this is the top. So I was trying to try this on yesterday. So most of the pantsuit. You probably need to log in now, baby. So most of the pantsuit have this as a crop top. So you can wear this. They have invisible straps that you can have you buy and put on there as well if you want to step it up. So this is the back section of it, or so. And then you can just put it on. Like so, when you put it on, it'll be like this. And then up here, so we don't have anything. So that way you'd have to buy you can buy invisible strap, and then you buy the what they call it. You can buy if you don't want to wear it just like this. So you don't want anything so revealing, then you can buy tank top, or we say marina, white one, or so. It don't have to be white, it could be another color like or pink and blue. And then you pair it with it, and then it can go well. And then if you pair it with a blue, then you pair it with a blue slippers or something kind of neutral light to kind of tone down the brightness. So yeah. So I have a few of these, but and then I have a sewing machine too, so I can I don't sew, but I just have the sewing machine. But if I have to learn something to tack something, I can. Yeah, so I've never wear Shein clothes before. So if I'm gonna wear them, that's the first time that I'm gonna wear. But I like the slippers. The slippers was nice. Like you go into church and on the summer. I don't know about the broad section, but I like the slippers is nice. My son took it out the box and put it over here. Let's see what time is it. So you have 4 more minutes, babe. You have 4 more minutes. Yeah, and then I got a belt, but this belt it come in 2 in 1. So the belt come 2 in 1 family. So yes, it come black and white. So I have the belt, and then you have these little thing here. So it come 2 in 1. But that's not bad. I guess somebody's thinking of me. Let they stay there thinking. I'll be thinking of nothing. Hey, I'll be thinking of nothing. But I'm not gonna wear those clothes now. I gonna put them down, put them away, put them away. Put them away. Put them away. I'll put this in the oven for the kids because it's almost 5 o'clock. You know, put them away, baby. I got plenty of clothes. I don't like I short of clothes. But it's nice when somebody give you just but at the same time, sometimes you want to make sure before you start jumping into stuff, you don't want nobody on the roadside. Hey, that's mine. Where did that person get it? Give it to you? You don't know. You're grateful for life, but then you still have to be careful. Like yesterday, I was watching an African movie. I laughed so hard. The girl got pregnant for the guy, but the guy lied to the girl.
Mama, I'm hungry.
Yes, I am gonna get you something, baby. When they're sick, when they're sick, they order what they want. That's
Yeah,
the beauty.
I like pizza. I like pizza.
I like pizza. Pizza not good for you. Pizza not good for you. Pizza not good for you.
You meant to now.
I need Lisa.
You took around. You duck like up and bouillon now.
Good job, man. You're feeling better when your nose look like River Street. He's singing about pizza. They have this pizza song over here. It doesn't mess around. It turn around. Get right up.
Well, you don't.
Hold on, the family. Let me wash my hands. Let me wash my hands.
I wash my hands.
Go wash your hands in the bathroom. Let me wash my hands. Oh my hands. Let me wash my hands. Did remember class? 11 o'clock, baby.
Ready.
Time.
Am I ready?
Yeah, I gotta cut it.
You don't remember the clock down?
Yeah.
It is. I'm ready. I'm making the pizza. Wow. Mom, look at the pepperoni. Pepperoni. Ooh, I like pepperoni.
You like pepperoni?
Yeah, the pepperoni is too good.
Yeah, pepperoni too
I
good.
this.
Guys, remember the kid that they say would never talk? Enjoy with Naomi. Good morning. So if you have a child and they say you will never say it, never talk, but they say his speech and they don't know where. Listen, you hear this boy? Pizza so good. What are you making? I'm gonna bake a pizza in the oven. Come on, spread it all over. Get in class, big one, big boy. Okay. Oh, get in class, little boy. Get in class.
Good.
You done?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna get them a pizza because they
Mom, I hold pizza.
you want a holy pizza?
Yeah.
Did you dry your hands?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want a whole pizza.
You want a holy pizza?
Yeah, I want to eat all pepperoni.
You want to eat all the pepperoni?
Yeah, I hold it.
Hold on.
Whoa, pepperoni.
Chicken pepperoni, macaroni pepperoni.
Right there.
No. You gotta make the pizza. No, Amir, don't eat the pizza.
Good.
No, don't eat the raw pepperoni. I don't eat raw food. No, gotta bake.
Baby spicy.
And in this brand, they have the thin crust. That means if you don't want the one that flare up, you can get it. But I get the thick crust. So let's check it out. You wanna help me?
Yeah.
Oh. Huh?
Good.
No, it just be 11.
Come on, make good.
It's good.
Yeah.
The pizza kind of frozen little. So that's how it come right there. Frozen pizza. You know, I used to work at a pizza store, so I probably need to start make my own dough because they used to make their own dough there. Make my own dough and then start doing my own pizza from home, like from scratch. Because I used to work there. I used to be the one sending out the pizza like crazy, make the dough, bam, bam, bam. One day I go there and tell her to give you, let me show you how. Let me show you how we did get the dough. My millets, this little boy walking on the floor. Ain't that crazy? He said your baby is cooking expert. Oh yeah, this one like to cook. He said your baby is cute. Thank you. Thank you so much. Only 2 journey, that's it. No more. No more babies. They say no more whammy for me. 2 is enough for me. I need to enjoy my life. You know, I can't enjoy life with having a bunch of kids. Because when I was younger, all I did was go to school, run up and down, do this, do that. You know, so 2 is enough for me. I need little break for my time, you know. For my time, baby. So no more kids for me. But all my grandbabies, give them to me. Give them to me. Under one condition. Everybody gotta go back to school if they didn't get a dream. They go back to school, go get their dreams, fulfill their dreams. You know, because I'm gonna tell them that nothing have to hold us back if you have good people around, you know. Good aunts, good mama, good everybody who love and cherish their children. You know. And you can't be up in class. Jaden be in his class. You know, so that's the kind of grandmama I want to be, you know. Give me all the grandbabies. And I'll take care of them. I don't care which walk of life they come from. Give me all the grandbabies. And I take good care of them. All the grandbabies. And then I'll take care of all of them, you know. You know, that's one of the goals I told my kids. But they have to go back to school. You know, they're not going to sit around like pizza, but they got to give me all my grandbabies. I don't know what they're going to want in life, but whatever they decide, they give me my grandbaby and they go about their business and they go do whatever they got to do. And me and my grandbabies touring the world, you know. We'll be traveling the world. So that's a dream I'm putting out there to take care of my grandbabies, you know. Then them travel the world, hopefully. God spare my life and we can move around. You know. And spread the love and show people that, hey, when you have your children, it was a challenge for you. But then when you have your grandkids, you don't have to be a challenge for your children, you know. You can help soothe the pain of what you go through so they can go out there and flourish. You know. Not everybody gonna want to give their children to their grandparents or something to keep them and let they go back. But if they gotta go back to school or they aspire to become something better than where they are, let's say they're in their young age, like in their 20s, or say some people get pregnant 18, 19. growing up, and they're young, they have a future ahead of them. You know, as a grandmother, I want to be that mother that can step up for my son and his family that he gonna create, you know. 'Cause you never know what's gonna happen, so if I'm alive or so. I wanna be that grandmother that can step up for my sons and say, all right then. You don't have to mean that because you have children, it's the end. You know, you just have that child, you and your wife or your girlfriend, whatever you decide, go. How are you, Elizabeth? Enjoying with family? Yes, yes. Blessing. Good morning. You know, I don't want them to feel trapped. Like, okay, I have a child now, so we can pursue with dreams or so. I want to be that grandmother of change. You know, when I get there, hopefully because by the time my son, by the time my son a certain age, I'll be like, I'm still young, but not young, young. You know, so hopefully that can be fulfilled and pass on to the younger generation, you know, that things don't have to be that way, you know. Very busy life, yes, very busy life, you know. Just give my grandbabies, that's all I want. Give my grandbabies, go back to school, whatever you need to do. Go open a business, go travel, you know. When you guys need them, they're readily available for you guys, you know. I could drop my grandbabies off to school, take them back home, you know. I want to be that grandmother, you know, for my children. Because I only got boys, so I want to be that role model grandmother, you know, for my grandchildren. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm just thinking out aloud, you know, put it in the future. I'm gonna be a grandmama. When I say glam grandmother, I don't want to be no glam grandmother. I want to be a grandmother, real grandmother, the OG grandmother. You know, the old time days grandmother. I want to be the old time days
Mom,
grandmother.
where's the
Boy,
pizza?
bring my grandbaby. Come and give it to me.
Mom, where's the pizza?
It's in the oven. You want me to give it to you raw?
Yeah.
If it's not cooking, not good for you. Yeah, it's not good for you. And this one knows running like a reef. But you know, such is life. Everybody dreams of their children's future is different. My dream of my children's future is to get a good education, get out, go spread your wings. Only time they can stay in my house after 18 is if they're going to college or university or getting a trade skills and things are expensive. And if I have my own home also, then they can stay there to brighten their life. But they gotta go out there to spread their wings. You know, I don't want my kids to be no mama's boys, because I got boys, so I have to think for them. You know, I don't want no mama's boys around me. I want them to go out there and bump their head, knock their foot, brighten up themselves, come right back in and say, "Okay, mama." You know what I mean? The future is bright, man. I want them to be thinking that they can do without mama or anything. So I want that for my children. You know, they bump their head. I don't want them to be thinking that, okay, mama, I made a mistake. Yeah, you make a mistake, but what can you do to fix it? You know, you see the error, you know you made a mistake, and you're pointing it out. But what can you do? You know, God give you more happiness and joy with your children. Yes, yes, and that's what I'm praying for. You know, now they are nerves racking with me and everything, and as I'm learning with my children, I want to be able to help them make it right with their children. Because the things that I don't make right with my children, because it's a learning curve when you have children, I can also be there as a grandmama to help steer those children that they're gonna have and say, hey, you don't have to be the end. Because I've seen where after somebody get a male get a woman pregnant with at a young age or so, they start to panic, they start to freak out, they start to say, what am I gonna do? I'm not working, I don't got a job. Or if they got a job, but their life is complicated and all of that. Life don't have to be that way as long as you did the action. Well, now is the time for the what they call it. For every action, there must be a reaction. There gonna be a reaction, but you can't just dwell in that and then make your mind go off to the other side. Because you see what is happening now. A lot of people when they get caught in situations, they're not thinking. Their thought process is unscrambled. They like scrambled egg, all over the place. Now they start to think. But if you just had stop and think before, then things will not have to lead up to what anything is leading up to nowadays. You could just figure it out and say, all right, then we're going to deal with this and stuff. And that's where it come in as good parents. Good parents come in and step up with their children as well. Yes, they didn't want to listen to you sometimes along the way. They didn't care anything. But then if we show them that, you know what, when I was down in your shoes, I needed somebody to step up for me so I could step out better and everything. Some people rise from that. I've seen parents step up for their children and raise their grandchildren and let their children go out and soar to new heights. And those children become one of the best children. When I mean the best, they had their own flaws, but they become one of the best models of society now. You see mother and daughter stepping up for each other, sons and mothers stepping up for each other and be there. I'm not saying I'm going to support them when they keep making all their errors. I'm not going to keep supporting with them. But when they make something, I don't want them to just go down the drain because their first error they made. I want to be able to steer them out of that. So that's where I want to come in as a cool, calm, collective grandmother. I don't want to feel like this is the end of their journey. They can't do this anymore because things happen, and that's when you see the real test of time that is going to test us to see how we're going to deal with stuff and to see who's going to step up to the plate to be there for us. And many people can't step up to the plate to be there when they need to be there for us. They step down and join the crew that is already chastising you for making the error. You know what I mean? And that is worse than anything else you can consume in your life. You know, everybody that join this crew and they say, all right, then I'm going to chastise this person, I'm going to chastise this person. But nobody, barely anybody over here to say, you know what, we could help fix this. You know, we can't tell them how to live their life, but we can help guide them. Because we've been in their shoes before. It's our children we're talking about now. We've been in their shoes before. We were at their level when we felt like, what am I doing? This is wrong. But something happened already. You can't undo certain things that is already done. So what are we gonna do? We've been in their shoes before, so we should have vast amount of experience and knowledge and understanding to say, you know what, it is what it is. I'm not saying everybody gonna be agreeing with how we gonna navigate their way and everything, because some of them gonna all be up in their head. But once they have good supporting system, then they can say, you know what, rest assured. They will feel like there's somebody now. They will come back to reality, you know, because we don't want to have, you know, I was listening to the news where, you see so many young people getting involved, and the young man also took the mother of that child, and that mother of the unborn child life. And I'm saying, what could have been done differently? When you look at parents and sometimes how we raise our children and the peer pressure they under, not from us sometimes, but from the peers they're around. You have to think about a lot of stuff come into play, you know, and then you have some friends that are not good influence when something happen. So let's say you get pregnant. First thing, some people might come and say, what you gonna do? You gonna get rid of it? Oh bro, why did you do that? You gonna have to get rid of that because blah blah blah. Remember you have this away. But you gotta remember, when God give you blessings, it's not for us to look to destroy, but it's also for us to nurture it. Nurture it so it can come to perfection and come to life, and you can get back with your life. But we need support. Sometimes people go into deep things because they realize that, man, you know, I messed up. And then they have people counting on them in a way that they felt like they let them down. But we have to reassure people that you let nobody down. When you do something the wrong way, then you let somebody down, which is you. You're letting down yourself, or you're letting down God. But if we have the right, grandparents or so to come up and step up for their children and be there for their children. Yes, we're gonna blame, oh, the children didn't listen, they didn't this. I don't want to be that grandparents. If I grow older to live and see my children, I don't want to be the grandparents. I want to be the grandparents that can step up to the table and help both sides come together to for the greater good of the children. Because most time in an equation is the children hurt. It's not us who already scarred. It's the children literally hurting because they say, "Where's my mom? Where's my daddy at?" One day they gonna ask, and the story is gonna come from all angles, and that can put a damp in how they react when they make decisions like what we made while we were bringing them forth, you know. So that can put them in that same light that we were in because nothing was ever solved from us as parents. It's like you just drop a ball and then okay, that's it, leave it, and nobody hear of it again. And so, and that's why we have this world is full of everything now. The influence that are not so wonderful for children. When I was a young girl, I had a family member that got pregnant early, and that poor child was being chastised early. And I remember as a young girl, I don't know if it was God or anything. I remember I called the person. I said, "Listen to me. It's already happened. What you gonna do? You gotta still love your child. You can't kick the child outside or something. Yes, they may never listen to you or anything, but it's not the end of the road." And right up till this day, that affected that young woman till this day. You have the children, and they go into mental health issues where at that time nobody was talking about mental health then. And everybody would probably look at you and say, "Oh, this person crazy. Oh, this person just attention seeking. Oh, this person loud. This person miserable." But never got the help they needed to recover from the wrath of being young, being pregnant, being chastised not only by their own parents, but the mother of the guy that they would say, well, we just say so-called say got them pregnant and so forth. "Oh, is not my son pregnant with you? Oh, go away, go look for your baby." All those things when a woman got pregnant are so. All those affect the mother because you still have an unborn child in the womb digesting all that poor woman is consuming. You know what I mean? So think about your wrath of your parents and the wrath of the guy parents that wait, all that is damage. The damage already done. It's not done after the baby born. The damage was done from the news broke. And that's why we need good supportive people to help bring back community because some children will you can start to teach them about family planning, better parenting, and all these things because they were young. They were in school, or you would say they were going to go to college or universities. You ain't talking about parenting with them then. You're talking about education with them, what they want to achieve, and in the next 5 years, where they see themselves and all these things, and what are their goals, what are their dreams, what do they aspire to do, and then boom, once they active or so forth in life, things are gonna happen. But parenting wasn't one of them that you anticipate at the ball of your tongue. No, life happens. You know what I mean? You have some people because they have a good foundation growing up, they know that you know what, I can't do this. I cannot do this to let my family down. You have people like because they see the nature and their parents talk to them, they have discussions and stuff and talk to them about like but when you just sit there with your children and say, "Oh, my daughter, this one," that, but you're not talking to them, you're not talking to your sons, you're not talking to your daughter, you're not talking to them. You're just talking to them about things that sometimes not go even needed later on in life. But the real work is gonna be there. Because as long as you're on the planet, life gonna happen. As long as you're breathing and you're on the surface of this land, things are gonna happen. And I wouldn't want to see my boys have to end up in jail because they make an error, they're not paying, they're not taking care of their children or anything. I wouldn't want to see them in that life. Mind you, I don't know what the future holds for my children, but I'm saying if I could step up and be that grandmother for my children, I encourage my sons and daughters, which is the daughter of my grandchildren, which would be the daughter for me that I don't got. I want to be able because I'm not having no more kids. I want to be able to be there for that daughter that sometimes they get pregnant for your sons or so, and their other side of parents probably neglect them, and then they have nowhere to go or so. I'm not going to contribute to any things of putting them on the street or make them feel less than a woman or less than a young person. Finding education, get them education system, put education system in place, get resource for them, seek help for them. They need to go here so I can drop them to their this and that. Son, you gotta go work and do what you gotta do. Work part time, go to school if you didn't get a qualification. Then when you were running around and roaming around, whatever the situation is, so that we can have a better world, you know? Because I think many times we look at our children and we keep saying, look all that we done for you. Look all that we done for you. But one thing we never do for our children was talk to them about reality. You know, we're just talking to them about education and how they should fly their wings, and if they fly their wings, no one of them drop off, no, you're mad. This is a time when they need us to step up and help guide them along the way. You know, be the father that you never be when they were young. Be the mother that you never be because you were constantly on the go. Have to work for them to take care of them. So now when your grandchildren come into play, step up. You know, yes, I raise all my kids. It's nice to know you raise all your children. It's nice to know I raise all my boys. But what was the things you could have done better that you didn't get to do better? Can you do it better through your grandchildren eyes now? Those times will never come back for your children, but you can make up back with your grandchildren by being a better parents for your grandchildren, being a better grandmother for your children, being a better father figure, a grandfather, you'll be a grandfather, and be a better grandfather for your grandchildren and stuff like that, you know. Like I see my son go to school now, and when I look every morning, I see grandfathers bringing their children to school and those things. So, you know, be that vessel that yes, you didn't send them to go have any children or anything, but nobody sent us to go have them either. You see what I'm saying? So when we're looking at life, because we are grown up now and we are productive now, or we think that we are overcomer, they will be an overcomer too. It's just a matter of time for them to be an overcomer like us. You know what I mean? They need the nurturing, because when we go through life, I don't think we should go through life and just only hold on to the negative. I don't think we should just go through life and just only tell ourselves that go up there and get the chair, use the chair, utilize the chair. I don't think we should just tell ourselves that, you know what, that's their responsibility. They gotta live too. But if we be a better parents ourselves, for be a role model for our children, who knows? They can just stop at that one little children and say, you know what, I see that my mommy want us to do better, you know, and even if you're your girlfriend or whosoever you have the child with not gonna be for her, but at least you guys can work together to for the sake of the child. Go to school, get a good education so you can further your education. That means whatever your child wants, you don't have to be worried about anything in the world, because now you can provide. You know, because somebody keep your child for you to give you the space to
Mama,
go
you get my
pursue
ball?
what was stopped because after having a child, you know. And having a child is not the end of the world. Lift the chair up. Having a child is not the end of the world. Why are we here? If it was the end of the world, our parents had a child. They get chastised. We don't have to chastise our children. You know, some children, and that's why I think a lot of kids don't want to come to their parents and tell them what's going on. And sometimes when they tell you, it's too late. You know, things are already done. You know, hurt already there. Sometimes they don't even live to tell what was happening with them because they were so scared. And then when they trying to find an escape route, the other party decide to take matters into their own hand, because one, now at this point now they say, oh, you stressing me out. What you want me to do? What you want me to do? Because now, because of the sometimes the stigma that's attached with so many things in this world, they start to wonder. And then as a woman, we're gonna put all this stress on the man to say, hey, my mom, if I tell my mom is gonna do this. If I tell my, you know, so many things is happening, and we need to help bring our children to back together. You know, bring back in the olden days when I was growing up, and we see somebody young got pregnant or so, or like 18 or up. or so. Younger age, stay in school. But when you get in a certain age or so, and the parents them always, some parents, not every parents I used to see come together and say, all right, I need to meet your mom or I need to meet your dad, whosoever you live in, to see what can they do or come in, to see what can they do to help with the child and my son. I know it's not my responsibility. Look, I know it's not my responsibility, but what can we do to help, recover? It's almost done. Help recover from all this. It's almost, what I mean? So, there's too much is happening, and we have to find better solution, instead of condemning the poor family. Too much is happening. We're not perfect. We come here by accident too. Half of we that on this planet come here by accident. Some of us weren't planned. It just like, okay, I'm out here saluting the world. Let's salute. You salute and salute. That's what happened to. Hey, I say I'm coming. I don't like when you're sick. You're whiny. You're whiny. Whiny, whiny. You giving me a hug? He's so whiny when he's sick. Yeah, what can we do? So, because everything we do add more stress to them. They already been through stress when they find out, especially when they're young and on their own. Or so I'm not saying we must contribute to all their problems, because we won't be able to solve all their problems, but be a better, grandparents for our children. We might not able to do everything we want to do, but just try to nurture them back to reality so they don't have to fade along the way. You know what I mean? Give me a second, if we don't want our children fade. Give me a second, if we don't want our children fade along the way, because, and then we say we'll have to feel the pain. We all feel the pain. We all feel the pain, because it's our children, regardless. I don't care. No, we still gonna feel the pain. It's our children, even if they make the drastic decision to say, what, that is it. We gonna feel the pain, because it's our children. We have to live with the guilt of life either way. So why not come up and find a solution? Not chase them away. No, it's life. How did we come here? How did we get into this? Half of us was a big mistake. The biggest mistake. Hey, the biggest mistake on the planet was half of us. But we are here, and we should have some knowledge now to take on the challenge. Give me this pizza color. Thank you. There's majority of us, we come here literally by accident. Hold on, let me see. You in class, babe? Jay, you in class? Okay. There's too many things happening. We need to come up with better solutions, The blame game ain't gonna solve no problem. I never tell her to do this. We come here by the same thing what our parents was telling them too. Here we are too. Some of us will listen and wait till we finish school, university, college, or graduate and on our own also. Kudos to us, but not everybody gonna be that fortunate, because it depends. And that's where we have to step up. Yeah, so the pizza done for me. So
hurry up with the pizza. Because the teacher told us to get pepperoni pizza.
Alright, give me a paper towel. Give me a paper towel over there. Teacher said you must get pizza.
Must.
Oh, okay.
Don't tell me to break, because last time I lied. But this time they told us to get some snacks. Now hurry! I need snacks. They told us to get snacks. Okay, hurry. They told us to get snacks.
Yeah, here you go. Here you go.
So.
He said, every time I lie, I don't get no 10-minute break. Every time I lie. Here, he said, every time I lie, because I talked to his teacher yesterday about what he did. Yeah. get him, I get him. Yes, I did talk to his teacher because I know he was online doing all that thing that day. Here you go. Thank you. All right. So you see, as parents, we have a whole lot. You know, sometimes we get mad at the kids, but for their own good, we have something to hold on to. He come back and he said, you know, I don't got much time, mommy. Hurry up, because you know the last time they said I lied. Hey. Oh God, I'm telling you, we have to step up and we gonna have to do better in society because you know everybody judging us, so we can't judge because the world judging us. You know, we can't tear down our children because they make errors in life because they were yes ain't we made errors too. How many errors you made? Name them out. Put them on the list. I'm telling you, you know how much error we made in life. Growing up to become adults, you know how many errors we make? And when I mean errors, it doesn't mean say you have to make bad errors, you know. So, you know, when you look at errors, it doesn't mean that I went to jail or you have to be robbing people, killing people, doing it doesn't mean all of those errors. It could be anything, you know, decisions we made, you know. The quick decision without thinking, and then it costs you probably a fortune, it costs you to lose your if you have a company, it costs you just whatever. Or sometimes you didn't think about the things you were investing because it sound too good and you just dump in and then you lose a bunch. And so when you look at life, we all lose something. You know, sometimes the decision we made to get married early, we don't not knowing nothing about marriage, we just know that marriage is having when you're married you start a family and all of this, but there's no real solid spiritual foundation there to say when I get married, what is it that I want to marry to my partner for? Do I want to marry to my partner because they are wealthy? Do I want to marry to my partner because they have a house or they can chauffeur me around? Or do I want to marry to this person because they're smart, they're educated, and I can be taken care of? I could become a stay at home mom. You know, there are so many things that when you look at life. So, one aspect of somebody else's life is not going to have no implication here because it depends on how you look at your life. So when you talk about errors, everybody made errors, but it's what you made the errors in. You know, like sometimes, and those errors are not errors to look back and say we have regrets, but they're just there to inspire us further to say that we can't sit still, we can't focus too much on the what ifs. Or so I had it on the stove, but the stove is hot. We can't focus too much on the what if and if this don't work, blah blah blah, all of that, all of that. We have to come up with better solutions, you know. And plus our children need us, you know, steer, and that's why it's very good now to steer our children. We can't worry about the noise of the market now. Like I told my children, I said, when I'm scolding you and anything, and the world don't want to hear me scold you, I can tell you one thing that I learned in life and I'm seeing for myself. People will take you out away from your parents and something and they will shove you into something. But sooner or later, it's a matter of time for you. Say, you know, I have a secret. The person you left me in care of molested me. The person who you thought was that person was not that person. So that's what I'm saying. We have to learn to come up with solutions to help alleviate these problems and better parenting things. You know, have support system there for these parents and stuff that going through with children and everything, so that they can utilize them and get the help they need to be better parents for their children. Because whether we like it or not, well, after you have children, your body is a brand new body you get. It's a brand new body you get. You will never be the same. Whether you go back to be a A1 class or what they call it, A1 sauce or whatever, your body, your mindset, everything will never be the same. You're going to have a mama instinct. You're going to have everything in one. You're going to have a protective instinct. You're going to have a instinct that you got to get it, you got to get it, you got to get on the go because your children needs you. Or so now you start to think about life. You want a future for yourself. You want a future for your children. Things you used to do, sometimes half of us don't even do it no more because we don't got no time. We have to take the kids to their practice. Like today, I took the kids out when they log into class this morning, and then they said his teacher is not going to be in class this morning till about 11 o'clock. And then the lady said, who's going to be back here for 11 o'clock? I said, let's go outside, let's get a quick play in or everything, and go do what I had to do with them, run the errands on the road real quick, come back and stop at the store. They said they want something, so I grabbed them a pizza. Went in the store to grab some snacks. When I got out the store, about to walk out the store, I forgot I didn't get the snacks, and I heard a voice say, "You're not turning back. Get out the store, because they don't really need the snack, because they're gonna eat the pizza already." I walk out the store or something, and I get them a kiwi. They call it strawberry kiwi, so they can have that to drink or everything. And I walk out the store, go do what I gotta do, come back park, let they play outside a little bit. And as he come back in, you hear me telling him to get in his class, because his class started at 11 today because of the teacher had stuff to take care. So I had to make adjustment. I had to make so much adjustment just to make sure that he get there. Life's not easy for me, but we have to find ways to help. You know, and when you're helping, you just let your children know, hey, we're helping you to get back on your feet. We're not helping you for you to get back down there. We're helping you to get back on your feet. When you get back down there, that means you must at a place now where you are in your right mind. You are comfortable now because you go obtain education, you have a good job, you have a business, whatever you wanted to pursue. We give you that opportunity to go pursue it. You know what I mean? Is it gonna have challenge? Life gonna have its own challenge. Everything gonna have its own challenge. Even taking on, it's like people who take in other people's children. It gonna come with its own challenge. You know, it will come. But it's how we're gonna deal with these things are gonna make the things that we're in be not so much of a challenge. Because we're not looking at it as a challenge. We're tackling the challenge with positive mindset. We're tackling the challenge because you already see the challenge, which is the negative aspect. It's like you tell yourself, how am I gonna go do this? I hope they don't be rude. I hope they don't say nothing to me. But we can fix all of these, you know. And stand up and be that, like yesterday I was watching this African movie, and this guy, he, as soon as his mother gets in the house, he closed the door. He don't want his mother in the house. He be telling her, he chasing her out and everything. And then he had hired this maid, and he ended up got the maid pregnant by lying to the maid. And this is what he tell the maid, because he was dealing with so much grief from a child coming up. And he was dealing with this grief that he told when he chased the woman out, which was his mother. And the girl stood there and looked at him like she was looking in disbelief and shock. And then he said to her in front of her, "My mother killed my father." And when he said that, the girl was so shocked, he just kept looking. And even the mother just kept crying and just walked out. Up movement, bless up man, bless up, how you doing? Yeah man, bless up man. And just the way the mother walked away without saying it, she was just crying, crying, and just left. And then after that, the guy told her that her mother, he don't trust no woman. So he lied to the girl and told the girl that he have cancer and he wants somebody to be a surrogate mother for him to have the child, but he wouldn't be. He would pay her 5 million naira. Oh, yeah, man, bless up. He would pay her 5 million naira just to be the surrogate. So he would be a single father raising that child. She would have limited contact with the child. But that girl stood her ground. That girl said, but you gotta remember it's my child too. And everything. But the way he lied to her to let her fall for what he wanted was lying to her that he have cancer, he don't have much time left on this earth, and all of these things. And it was not true in the end. And how did she prove to know that wasn't true? The guy mother came back to the house, and she said she girl was there, and she told the mother that, hey, your son is not feeling well. He's at the hospital, because the mother was saying, where's my son? He said he's at the hospital. So shortly after the son arrived, what you doing here? What you doing here? And son, please forgive me. I need to be in your life. I heard you have cancer. I don't have any cancer. The girl was hiding around her side. They said, so you lied to me. I'm like, but it just goes to show how life is sometimes, you know what I mean? Just goes to show. Same way people want stuff in life, they can just tell a bold lie and dry lie. It was tough, but in the end, he was able to make it right with his mother after he got the girl pregnant. Oh man, that girl did him. That girl gave him a dose of his lying medicine. The girl got pregnant, he told the girl to come to the house. Then his manager was trying to flirt with him and he didn't want to flirt with his manager, which was another female. So when the girl got pregnant, she came back and, oh, so you were the little, you know how they curse in the movies and so forth. And then afterward, when the manager raises her hand, I love that girl. The manager raised her hand to go smack the girl that's pregnant. The girl that stood up to her and grabbed her firmly. The manager was shocked, and then she go like this. The pregnant woman, I said, "Now, get out. Don't want to see your face again." Then what the manager did was blackmail the guy. Let everything he said about his mama out there in publishing and everything. And then he came home cussing the pregnant woman now, Say, so you let your sister blackmail me, blah, 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 and everything. Which his sister didn't. But he was just cussing. But it just goes to show. So when the girl pregnant and he get her mad because he was telling her, accusing her wrongfully. And the girl left and go back to where she from, the village and everything. And then he came and begged for her and apologized and all of these things. And I guess she go back, but she go back with vengeance, baby. She pregnant. As soon as the man, she was good by herself in the house. As soon as the man walk in the house, like, hear the man. What? But you know what get me was she said, can you make me some, she said something about some soup. And then when she said something about the soup, then she said, oh, no, no, no. The man said, but I hired somebody to make some stuff for you. She chased that woman out. She pretend like she losing her mind, right? The maid run outside. Then the maid push the door and come back in. As soon as the girl saw the maid come back, the maid grab her bag and run out the door. So when the man come home, the man said, so, like he say, Hope, because she was asking for some stuff. And he haven't heard Hope. He said, where's Hope? I don't know. Hope take her bag and left. She just left. And everything. So she told me why to go make her some soup. I bust her laugh when she said, I need some dog soup. I'm like, what? I'm like, what? She really put the lie down back in it. Just say, see, you gotta, the lies, man, it's terrible. And then when somebody play back the lies on you, and then she said everything she says to the baby. She says the baby want that. The baby want dog soup, something else. So this is the man. So you're telling me the baby that is in your womb, you carry, never see a dog, but the baby want dog soup. You guys have to watch this on YouTube. I was buzzing out laughing. Listen, that girl give that man a daily dose of his lies. Oh man, she really put on the character face on him. What? That girl put on the character face. She said, no, 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 it's not me. Hold on. The baby, like she said, hold on. The baby need burger. And as soon as he walked off, the girl said, oh, hold on. The baby need dog soup. Oh my God. Oh, you come back in here to tell me what? You want one more pizza? It doesn't mess around. You say thank you. You're welcome. Take the pizza and gone. I'm telling you, listen, man, life is with this movie. I'm telling you, but I was saying, how couldn't I find that part? And I was pregnant. I said, how I didn't find that when I was pregnant. I mean, she irritated the man so bad. But in the end, everything was, he married to her in the end. He made it up with his mom and everything because of her as well. So, and that's the other thing, when you have strong people around you, because sometimes you be rebellious of things happened back in the days. Oh man, all those things need to be erased. Forgive people and just move on. You know what I mean? Everybody want to prove a point with, oh, as long as you're on this planet, something gonna affect you. But it's what you're gonna do with what affect you. You're gonna sit down and just wait for that kingdom to come, or you're gonna get up and turn that into something else. You know? Like I said, I want to be a good grandmother. Give me all grandbabies. I want to be a good grandmother. You know, and I want to be able to live through my grandchildren. You know, the opportunities that I couldn't get when I had my children because I have to be everywhere with them like a mother and her little chicken. No, I give my children the opportunity to go spread their wings, go fly. Go soar like eagle. Go to school. Get a trade, get a skills. Whatever that is. You know the daughter of the child, whatever they need to aspire and go do. Or if they were working and everything and they're comfortable in their job, go spread their way. Go. If they need to go further something, go. How long that's gonna take you guys? Okay, then that's when I had the child. You guys have access to come and see your babies, because that's your babies. Grandma is just there helping you guys elevate, you know. His life don't have to be this way. Oh, I ain't taking care of no grandbabies, they're not mine. Why we hate the kids and the kids haven't done anything to us? They didn't even ask to come here. Even me, when I was growing up, I didn't ask to come here. I never asked to come on this planet. Not once. I can't recall me asking in the womb to come here. I can't recall because I don't even remember when I was in that glass oven. I did not remember. I had no memory. No memory. I can't even remember when I was a baby. No, 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 no. Somebody had to tell me. So nobody asked to come into this world. Not one of us. But yet we are here with a sharp mouth. We're here. Huh? I ain't taking care of that. None of us was asked to come here. But we have a sharp mouth now telling people what they can and what they cannot do. And we surpass everything now. We all luxurious now. Don't come over here. I can't tell you that. Instead of we lead the way. I ain't doing this. I ain't all miserable, all looking like I don't even know what to say. You know, instead of we trying to, make things better for what we gonna do when we were that age. Yeah, we all mad, grumpy. Yeah, really the problem, the poor little child is being affected, and they didn't do us nothing. God. We didn't ask to come here in the first place. Just think of yourself. Did you ask to come here? I can't recall. Not one day. I didn't even recall. Did I want to born in this family that I am in? I can't recall that either. I don't know. I just happened to arrive and I arrived. Same way the kids go arrive. They go arrive. You know? But we have to steer. We got to drive. We cannot sit down over here and do now me. But their own responsibility like that. None of us asked to come here. Not one of us on this planet. Not one of us on this planet ever asked to be here. The only person probably could answer that question is God. And he's not here. He's inside of all of us. Oh, my Father. We never asked to come here. Some of us didn't even plan to have nothing to come here. Some of us was just driving and think fun was, oh, we're on the freeway. Okay, keep going. Don't stop. And then when you finally exit the freeway, then 3, 4 months later, arrival. None of us asked to be here. Not one of these children that are going to be born on this side, on the planet Earth, will ever ask to be here. We drive to get there. Our parents drive to get us. Our parents drive to get them. Our great grandparents drive to get them. And the cycle go on and on, we can go back down. And not one of us, not one of us, whether we great grandparents or parents, whatever, never asked to be here. But it's life. We could not escape that part of life because it is life. And the same way when we're gonna leave out of this world, none of us asked to leave out of this world. Not one of us gonna say we need to leave. Anyone said that they're probably on the brink of something else, their mindset different. But trust me, none of us really actually born to say, "Oh, we're gonna leave this planet." No, same way we didn't ask to come here, and the same way we come here quietly, the same way we go quietly. You know, so it just life is life is something else. So I want to be a good grandma. I want to be that good grandma for my children, for my grandchildren, or so forth. I don't want to, because I got boys, and it don't have to be about boys, but you have so much stigma attached to young men when they're young, and you know we're bitter, we're sour towards them. Why did you get pregnant for this man? Anything is ordained, you can't undo it. But because we lack knowledge, we lack understanding, we lack spiritual connection, we lack so many things in life that we route to everything that is trying to already destroy the poor child. The poor child. The disaster that they put themselves into. Which is to bring forth children like us. The stuff. It's the stuff. But not one of us ever asked to be here. When I hear people look at adults and make adults look like, we grew up just like children. We were children stage like every children we gonna raise right now. We grew up just like them. We didn't just boom, I am an adult. No, didn't happen like that. We go through the same stages of development. From in the womb all the way up to zero, all the way up till we become adults, till we're working our way out. In some of us in wisdom stage going on. The stages. We didn't just arrive at adulthood. And when you see we just see this one-sided world make it look like everything out in all caps. Capping. With my money, let's say I'm rapping, I'm tripping. It is so funny because that's still not a solution. It's just a way to make people feel less than what they are. They already feel less than what they are. So that's still not a solution. Oh, but you should know, but that's still not a solution. That is like pointing the fingers, pointing the fingers. Coming up with solution is to provide more resource, provide education, provide more places that people can go to get help, to be better off. Not worse than how they come into this world, but to be better off. But we're not doing that because we like to point the fingers. Yeah? But as I said, you see a car battery or any battery you go look at. It don't only have the positive on there. Yeah, because you go start that car, take that negative, that positive in that negative off of it, and go start that car up and see what happens. You where you wanna go? Okay, go start that car up and go. Don't just take that one of that thing off of the battery and tell me if you're gonna drive. And if you drive, then I need to come to where you get your battery from, so I could be all one sided. I'm not tripping. I'm lipping. I'm tripping. Yeah. Cut those out. Yeah. Make it look like we just come and whoop. You ever see those show where people just evolve and just stand up right here? I'm right here. Okay. Well, we're not that. That's not reality. Eh? Sometimes people look at you and they say, "Oh, but you're adult, you should know better." Because you're an adult, you should know better. But who taught us to be an adult? Who actually taught us to be an adult? They just tell us, hurry, get out the house. Go to school and blah, blah, blah. That's it. Nobody taught us to be an adult. We grew up to be an adult. Some of us don't get no life skills. Some of us don't have nothing to hold on to than the foundation, which is the school that we go to and get an education, and the teachers instill something in us also. Some of us, not all of us. Remember now, one size don't fit all. You understand? But then they say, but you're an adult, you should know better. A child never asked to be here. I didn't ask to be here either. Just life is something else. And that's why I want to be that grandmama. I don't want to be no grandmama. I want to be a grandmama. Grandmother. Not no grandmama. I don't want to glam up. I don't want to do nothing. I want to be that grandmama. You know, back in the days when grandma see you, they have pain in their back. Come here, my grandchild. I haven't seen you in a while. I can barely walk. And this, they hold their little back. And it was so cute. And my grandfather can barely move around. But he wanted to see us, you know, and stuff. So, I want to be those good old days. You hear our mother. If our grandfather used to hear our mother and talking to us, I said, hey, hey, he called to his granddaughter, you know. Before he died, he was blind because he was working and something got into his eyes, so he lost his sight early. And if he hear my mom, him going on with something or so, he used to be stepping on. I said, hey, hey, he called to his daughter, hey, hey, no, 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 no. You know, but he couldn't see, but he could hear, you know. And even though he was there in his own dilemma or whatever they call it, he was there calling, oh, hey, hey, hey. And then he called us, he would send us to the store, get a bread, he love bread. What? Love bread. Give him his big old bread, that's him, man. Love his bread. Love his bread. Call and trapped him. But because of his eyesight, because of a job he was doing. So you see, things happen to you. You're born, you have your good eyes. But along the way, things happen. Take a turn. Sometimes it make you confined. Can't move no more, so you just confined to one space. But some people determine that they're not going to make their situation defines them. You know, like me as a mother right now, I see what I'm going through. I have to be the mother that I told my son, I said, it's not easy when you are the one going through everything. Be the mother, be the father, be the ignorant one, be the calm one, be the cool one, be the motivator, be the educator, be the inspirator, whatever. We wear so many hats on this planet. They just don't have a title. But we literally wear. Oh, I know you remember me. I don't want to know your nose not food. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Here you go. You know, so many hats we wear in this planet, on this earth, that don't have a title. Those hats don't have a title on there. Because those hats that we are wearing, as even if you're not a one person, you wear many hats same way because you gotta go there and hustle. Bills gotta pay, you gotta do so much things, you gotta hold a job, you gotta create a business or so to feed the family, you know, you're wearing hats. Plus be a father, plus be a mother at the same time. Hats are being worn in different ways. Some of them are visible, where everybody could say, hey, I'm the CEO, I own this business. Hey, I'm a driver. Hey, I drive people around, blah, blah, blah. Hey, I'm a security guard. Some of those they're visible. You can see them. Can you see people in their uniform representing security? You see people in offices, say they work in office job. You see those things that are visible. But what about the things that are not visible to the eyes? Yeah? But they're visible to the mind, to the soul. They help to build you. They help to strengthen you. And sometimes we have, if you're in the single parents arena, you're the one have to play so many roles. Those hats are there. When things get out of hand, you get mad. But within that mad time, or we say madness, within that madness are that people that say, oh, she just arrogant, she just bitter. Within that bitterness, you have to find yourself, to find the other hats that were there and pick those hats up, which is the positive part now to say, I can't keep dwelling like this. I can't keep procrastinating like this. I can't keep doing that. Blah, blah, blah. And you have to be the one talking yourself out of those things. It's you, yes. It's us gonna be talking ourselves out of these things. Even a CEO of a company, even though he might have supervisors, managers, and all the different channels that he have people to do his work for him. But at the end of the day, the major decision that that person have to make, whether he or she in that company, gonna come right back to that person. And no matter how many people you have around you to flex the work and flex this or so, some things are definitely gonna come right back to you. Because what? You're the one who started these things, and you're the one need to make sure whatever you're gonna do is in line with your policies, who you are as an individual, what your company stand for, the nature of what you're doing, and how to navigate everything. Even when people have discrepancies in workplace, everything go right back to the CEO. That one CEO, even though you say he's the CEO, but we're doing the job, we're the manager. That CEO still have a lot to deal with. Overhead cost. Even though you can have people in different areas to do everything, but everything gonna still call back to him. Paying people, doing this, see if he make a profit or a loss. Even though you have people to help him, the accounting department, blah blah blah. Sometimes they're one man, so they don't have all of that yet either. Unless you're on a wider scale. So it depends. And what you are. Then that's what gonna make a difference. Hmm? No, your hand them dirty. Go wash your hand them and come back. You just grease me up. You just grease me up. Mm. Sound good? That's solution right there. You see the needs, and children are bright future ahead. You come up with solution. So we talk about solution, baby. Identify your problem, solution. Yeah, we ain't gonna start no longer family. We want everybody to understand that nobody asks to be here. Not one of us. Not even us as adults. Never asked to be here. But the mere fact that we happen to be here, it's you come back for your hug. You're so funny. His brother finish your class? No, he's not finished. He come out already. All right, let's go. None of us asked to be here, family. So just enjoy life and something. And if you can be a vessel, be a vessel. You don't have to be the blockage in nobody way. They already block their own pathway. You don't have to be that. You could be the one that unclog, people life or so. You ain't gonna change everything, but through prayers, through everything will work. Bless up my ND game. How are you? Blessed. You know what I mean? So be a vessel. You know what I mean? Many times we wanna go here or there. Nobody asks to be here. As grown as we are, I open the window and it's so cold, but I like it. But be a vessel, family. You know, however that vessel is, even if it's to give people a word of encouragement, that is a vessel same way. Whatever you do to others, your children, your grandchildren, sometimes they get on your nerve. Who don't get on your nerve? My kids get on my nerves, and I had to remember that, hey, I'm still a mama. I can't stand this one when they get on my nerve, but I gotta call myself, hey, I'm the only one in the house with the kids and the walls. Thanks to the walls. My walls are silent. Hey, blessing my brother, blessing. You know, my walls are silent, so when I need to shut up, I just look at my wall because that's the only thing I have here as my friend. So when I need to shut up, I look at my wall and they say, you can silent now. You know, so it's like be a vessel, you know. Don't be the vessel that block the pathway for people, but be a vessel. Yeah, man. You have a wonderful day too, man. In the game, how you doing? You know, be a vessel.
Mama, I don't like TV.
You don't what?
I don't like TV.
You don't like TV?
Yeah.
Then sell the TV.
Well.
My kids get started, they probably look at me and say, Mom, you something else, you know, but be that vessel family, you know. None of us asked to be here, but we're here anyway. Not one of us. I don't care how the world put it, not one of us ever asked to be here. News broke. Your mama having resilient queen. Hey. Okay. And then the real issues up there, you know. So be a vessel family. If you couldn't be a vessel in your children's life, be a vessel in your grandchildren's life, you know. Be that vessel for them. You know, sometimes you might not be loving the idea of the pathway or the choosing, but who are we to judge? Just work with the flow, and if you know, and respect, you know, because you don't have to love everybody to respect them, you know. We can respect people without have to talk about all that bunch of love, you know. Love not selling. You know, we have to work for these things. So be a vessel, family. Be that vessel. You know, be that vessel. So, family, I want you guys to have a blessed day today, and thank you all for stopping by. And remember, none of us didn't ask to come here, so make it right with your children. If you can't make it right with your children, make it right with your grandchildren. You understand? You know, cut that mindset out about, oh, I didn't tell him to do this. Our parents, we didn't tell our parents to go anywhere either. So put that in your head, laugh about it, and something. The world's so bad with Buzz. How are you this morning? How are you? You know what I mean? We didn't tell our parents to go anywhere either. We didn't even tell our parents you should check to see if this person you were getting with is a rich person. We didn't have those thoughts because we weren't here. Yeah. We just happen, we evolve, and same way we evolve, they will evolve too. Same way we become adult, they will become adult too. So let's keep the faith family and keep going on. All right. You say you're on lunchtime. All right. Blessing, blessing. So we going to end right here, family. Want you guys to have a good day. All right. So enjoy whatever you need to enjoy. Reach out to your family, reach out to your loved one, reach out to your grandchildren or anything. Change your mindset. You know what I mean? Make a difference in this world. Be a vessel of change. You know, we don't need to be no blockage. They're already blocking their pathway when they create their life and didn't think about it, or when we create our life and didn't think about it. But guess what? Look at us now. Look at some of the children that we would say we cussed, like our own children. I'm talking. So be a vessel of change. You know what I mean? Don't be no blockage in nobody way. Clear the pathway, all right? And that's how we're gonna change the world. We can change the world, you know, but we have to learn to be vessels. All right? Battery have a negative and a positive. Look at a battery, you will see the negative and the positive. So whatever the negative is over here, you take up the other piece. That's the puzzle right there, you know. So yes, man. Bless up yourself, my ND game, and bless up to everyone. And manners of our respect to everyone and everyone who chime in, chip in. You know what I mean? We say peace, love, manners, and respect to everyone. Have a blessed day, family. We are alive and well. To God be the glory. Great things he has done. I'm out.